This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Well, I love Kritika Kamra and she's here finally. What's up, yeah?
Hi! You know I'm a big fan, don't you?
Well, the feeling
Just
is
now when
totally
I heard
mutual.
this Radio 1, the Good Morning with Hrishikesh, it makes my day, man! This is my...
Brother, no disrespect to you. It's just one of those things.
No,
You know,
it's
I've been-
okay. If I was in your place, I would do the same.
Whoa, now I know what you mean by all the compliments coming out. I just find it very interesting that you guys are like from completely different backgrounds. You're the daughter of a doctor. You're the son of a producer.
Yes.
You've grown up in filmdom. You've
Yes.
pretty much grown up away from it. But you seem to be getting along like a house on fire. So, all that doesn't seem to matter on a film set. So, what's the commonality? I mean, how is it that you've become mates? Sorry, nobody's going to ask you these questions.
No, for me, for starters, I would like to say that, I'm very real, and that's what I love about Kritika, that she is as real as one can get. If she likes something, she'll spell it out. If she doesn't like something, she will spell it out, and I really respect that about her. I could beg to differ sometimes, but I love that about her. She has an opinion. Of course, she's talented, and it's not just about shoes and bags. I can sit down and have a conversation with her. So it was that which really made me get along with her.
That's a very valid point. So you're saying there's no second guessing. You don't have to, oh my God, what's on her mind and things like that. She says it like it is. That's a nice compliment.
It is, no, I'm telling you, it's my day.
No, but that's the truth.
And I know you can do hot.
Yeah.
But this compliment means a lot.
This
Saying
means a
that
lot. No,
that
and coming
is
from him,
cerebral.
because again, not to return the compliment, but Jackie's a really, he's a candid guy. He's a real guy. He's like this all the time. He doesn't have a face on set or in his social life or whatever. He's just the same, which really helps. And also, I think what really, why I think he'll be a special, person, a friend, because my first actor on film. So this film kind of brought us together, and the film is so special. And a man who run the show, Nitin Kakkar, is so special that these bonds have now been made for life almost. So it really has become about friendship, even off screen.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what we journalists have come to really like about you is that you can take jokes on yourself and you take the piss out of yourself. And bro, that's a very, very unique quality to have. We might have differing opinions on your acting ability, your dancing ability, but nobody ever says that you can't take a joke and you're not Mr. Nice Guy. So
He's a cool guy. Overall, cool guy.
Overall, good.
Yeah.
So now that you've gotten all the the pats on the back.
But it's also to do with your upbringing, right? So for me, my dad used to sell saris on the road. He was a vendor on the road. So he's made this from there. I was a fat guy. I've always been subjected to criticism. So I just thought that, it's okay to be criticized and, it's okay to take a joke at yourself. You can't take it so personally. And especially as actors, I strongly feel, I am you are your product. She's hers. I'm mine. We are not selling a product where like a shampoo or a mineral water, right? We are selling our craft. So people have the right to judge me and say, we didn't like this about you. Okay, fine. I want to do better, and I will go back, analyze, and I will figure out that if your criticism was genuine or if you were just trolling and you were having a bad day. But you can't not be okay with criticism. Then clearly you're not in the right job.
Yeah. There are a couple of things that I've really liked about the marketing campaign. It's very laid back, it's there, it's subtle, but it's beautiful. Like the trailer launch routine where, Jackie's on a couch, you're sitting and the two boys are there and you're deciding when to actually release the trailer. I thought that was a great bit of marketing. Then the one recently where you're in the bogs with a Batman underpant or shorts.
Yeah.
That's quite cool,
Yeah.
So that's another piece of great marketing. And the fact that you and your dad in the
Papa,
film...
magga nahi mil raha, Papa.
Yeah. So is it just the marketing team? Is it Abundancia? Is it, or have you guys gotten involved in that? Because I see you on your social media handles. You guys are you're smart. You're constantly updating it with the right things. So have you been involved with the marketing? A little bit at least?
We have been involved with the marketing, of course. It starts from Abundancia. They're producing it and they have some really good ideas which they are ideating, and it feels good when we come here and we hear it from someone like you who's been in the business for so long. Because one thing I must admit, and I'm sure Kritika will agree with me, we are in it. So that whole thing of, is it working, is it not working? And in the past, I was just talking to a very good friend of mine called Zahid Khan. He called me and he said, I just saw that Magga video of yours, bro. It's good. So I was like, okay, fine. Because this time, you also tend to come across where you're trying too hard, which we don't want to do this time. So,
I think we're all very confident. I mean, I don't want to talk. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but we're all confident of the film that we've made. It's an honest film. It doesn't need so much gimmick and all that around it. The idea that you're getting in those teasers, and also I think it's changed, no? I mean, with social media today, it's all about this kind of content, and it's a bunch of young people coming up with these ideas, and then we're trying to push them from our respective handles and stuff like that. So it's a young film. It's for the youth. So it needs to give out that idea. It's a fun film. So
yeah, but I now they need to involve Kritika in more of these because the last couple of ones were with you. So I'm just saying, just to balance it all out.
Right now, when they had videos where they needed a loser, they went with me. Now they want someone intelligent, then they'll of course go.
God.
What, bro?
So far you've seen Jay's journey, his father trying to get him married, or him sitting in the loo or whatever. And I think it's kind of cool that you have to wait for the film to see what I have to do.
Lovely. When Filmistan was happening, Sharib and Nitin were in studio, and the thing that struck me about these guys is they were geniuses just waiting for an opportunity, man. And we all know that how big Filmistan became, and he's a national award winner. So your biggest takeaway from Nitin, what is it that you most admire about him, Kritika?
His humility. I think a lot of people put up the act. They try to be humble, and he doesn't have to try. He's just a really humble, and Jackky says this beautifully, I'm going to steal it, that he's really evolved in every sense of the word. So just being in his presence, he's a bit Sufi like that. So it just rubs off. He's such an honest guy that everything he says or does, you see a bit of him in it.
You, what do you think? Now that she's taken your line, you have come up with a new one, bro.
I don't do drugs.
No, but other aspects of Nitin as a director.
So see, there are many aspects to him, honestly. There are many aspects to him. And he always likes to lay low. He doesn't speak much. He always likes his, work to speak. And humility, as she said, evolved, as she said. But I just feel he's just a good human being. He feels that as filmmakers, as actors, we have a social responsibility. Even if, for example, our film is a fun film, but we went to Gujarat. And he was very clear, I don't want this over-the-top caricaturish Gujarat, which we generally show in films and TV serials, because it's not fair. It's not correct, because there are loud people in every community, and there are subtle people in every community. So even the Gujarati monologue which you see in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, he was very clear that if you can achieve it and you deliver it like a Gujarati would say it, you say it, otherwise you say it in Hindi. And him giving a compliment means ye to matlab you have nailed the you have hit the ball out of the park. So I remember I said, sir, I'm confused. I don't know, because when I saw the film for the first time, I'm confused. I don't know if I've done well, not done well. I know Kritika is outstanding. I know Prateek or Neeraj Bhai is outstanding. I don't know about myself. And he said, you're good.
Made your day? Did you have dessert that day?
No, I
because that'd be your celebration.
I slept for 3 days. Kumbhakaran aulad,
Now let's come to the music. We have in the network we have a whole bunch of Hindi stations, and we have a few English stations, and everybody's playing Chalte Chalte, but the jury is out on that one. I mean, it's a great song, there's no doubt about it, but there are people who turn around and say in this day and age to do a remake is a little unjust on the original.
Okay.
The other end of the spectrum, there are people who are saying that Tanish Bagchi takes it and he does a take on it. It's not like the remixes of the 90s, which was just like put a groove under it and go boom 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 boom, and it's Atif's voice.
He adds a new melody to it.
Yeah. So your thoughts on the song? Yeah.
Frankly, I am not a big fan of remixes, but the way Tanishq has worked on this one and some of his previous work also, I have to say he's really talented, and this one especially, I don't think this really qualifies as a remix because it's only that 2 lines, and the way they are beautifully placed, like you don't expect the song to turn into Chalte Chalte Chalte, but it does. So I think that was surprising for me. The first song I heard from the film was Chalte Chalte, and I was quite blown away, so I like it.
Well, my favorite is Savarne Lage, because it's got the pop melody and it's got a bit of an electronic sound, and it's just great. But the song you guys seem to have had most fun on is the Yo-Yo Honey Singh track. You've just got your whole party vibe going. So who choreographed that one?
Firoz choreographed that.
Okay.
And I feel Honey Singh is a genius musician. This is his first original composition after 3 years. And I remember my first conversation with him where I said that, Honey Paji, there is a song we need from you. And like how you did Lungi Dance, which had a South Indian flavor, but it was a song which even if you're not a South Indian, you would dance to it. I want the same vibe and feel for Gujarat. And Suche Saruche is a commonly used word which even the non-Gujaratis know about it. And that's where he came up with this. And also Gujarat being a dry state.
Yeah.
So the pun intended in the song is that, but that's a very evolved thought. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you just enjoy the song.
But like they always say in Gujarat, anything can be organized.
Exactly. And like everybody knows that it's a dry state. So the first thing you care about or you ask about is that. I am just stoked to be a part of a Honey Singh song, to be honest. Because like I have partied to his songs and I know all his raps. And like I have embarrassed myself in parties where I have, I sing the whole thing along with the song and all. Finally, I'm in it.
There's a common friend we have who loves this song.
And he's out making a racket in New York City.
Yes.
Who's that?
This is his favorite song. You know, okay, there
What
are
are you
a lot of beans which I'm not going to spill, but we are doing something, and he was like, "Ye gana mujhe de do."
I figured. I know it.
Yeah. For you, honestly, the filming process, cinema itself should be a piece of cake because they always say that the television people are like marathon runners. You do like 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts and things like that, man.
It's got its pros and cons in the sense that, of course, I don't have problems memorizing lines or, to be able to change quickly or integrate feedback in my next take itself. All that comes easy to you after so many years of television. But what happens is, with so much of TV, I had to unlearn a lot on this film. Because, like, you get mechanical. I mean, you do. Anybody, if you do this for this long and for 12, 14 hours every single day. Also, the content on television is very different from how cinema is, the direction that cinema is going in right now. So on this film, luckily for me, I think it came to me at the right time because I sort of unlearned a lot of things. And I approached it like it was my first project.
Now, for example, if lines came to you, you're used to doing like pages, right?
Yeah.
You're given a 1-page dialogue. But in cinema, they'll normally do about 4 lines or 5 lines in a take, unless it's a courtroom drama.
For TV, you do like 7, 8, 9 scenes a day.
Whoa.
So that's a lot. And you have to. You're churning out half-an-hour episodes on a daily basis.
So in that aspect, in a way, it kind of sets you up for cinema. Like they say, theatre sets you up for an acting career. You think so? You think all your years in television?
In my case, I have a lot to... I mean, I thank television because I really learned on the job. I'm not a trained actor. I learned everything on television. So unfortunately, a lot of it is archived forever. but yeah, so I've made mistakes and learned, and then, so whatever little I know now is because of television. But like I said, so there's this perception, that TV actors are just loud and all they do is what they do on television. So that is also something that one has to keep proving again and again, that you're better than this. You're not just like, I'm not going to say every line 3 times, or like, I'm not going to just raise my eyebrow and do something.
Kya?
Yeah.
No, but those lines are blurring now. Yeah. I mean, all the mediums are like...
you think so, but I still go to meetings where the first meeting always is about having to prove that I can do this. Even in ad auditions and stuff, like I'm told, like, कि ये इसको TV की तरह मत करिएगा. Before I even start, they tell you, don't do the TV acting, do the film acting. So I don't know where is this book?
but what would be your favorite? Would it be Kuch To Log Kahenge? Would it be Reporters? Would it
you
be
tell me, Hrishikesh.
Well, I've seen Reporters and I've seen Kuch To Log Kahenge. I haven't seen Chandrakanta. So, and your earliest work I haven't. I fell in love with you only post Kuch To Log Kahenge. So, no, I'm just asking. So from a personal perspective, what would be great?
No, I really enjoyed Kuch To Log Kahenge. I think it was clutter breaking in that sense at that point of time because that content was not being made. It was a remake of an official remake of a Pakistani show, and I think Pakistan does television very well.
They do.
And so it was just... There was something about that show that kind of like that got me an urban audience. So today even in cities when I go out, people have seen that show. Otherwise, the general, like what I notice is that television is more massy. Like when I go to say other cities and stuff, I get, great response on my other shows. But that show somehow, and also like people believe that television is for the women, for the housewives. That show, I have had more men tell me that they liked Kuch To Log Kahenge. So it was a bit different.
Yeah, and you kind of stayed on throughout, right? Through Monish, through Sharad.
Yeah.
So you spent a lot of time on that show.
Yeah.
So, brother, now let's get to your characters. So you play the bum. the bum who I imagine then reforms and things like that, but we won't get into that. And I believe pranking is a very integral part of this. I mean, ultimately you and your band of boys get down to pranking. Is that it?
Yeah, because the whole point is that, they're trying to make business ideas and they of course can't do much in life. And then they come to know that, let's just make a YouTube channel and people are making a fortune out of it. And then they start doing crazy things, which is what the trend is nowadays. So, the relatability factor on this film will be like there because you'll really relate with it. Either it's happened to you or your best friend. So
let's talk about your co-actors. Who are the 2 boys and who plays
there's
your dad?
Pratik Gandhi. He is a veteran a Gujarati actor. He's done a lot of theatre and he's done a lot of award-winning films from the Gujarati industry, which is Bayar, Wrong Side Raju. And Shivam Parekh, he is an FTI pass out. He's also from Gujarati theatre, and this is his first feature film. Then we have Neeraj Sood, who's playing my father. He's an outstanding actor from NSD. Then we have Kritika Kamra, who's a stunner and a good actor. She's done so much work, you already know. So, Nitin sir, very smartly, what he did is that, he got such outstanding actors in the film that I had no other chance but I had to perform. Because it's all about give and take, right? And we used to sit together, and it's funny, and I have no shame in accepting that. This was my first film where I did a cast and crew reading. So I did it in Lee Strasberg when I was studying there. I came back here and then I was exposed to the films I was asked to do, or that was the only option at that point, or whatever you want to call it. So I thought maybe yahan nahi hota hai, cast or crew reading. But then when I did this film, so I've done readings in Youngistan with the actors I'm going to work with. But the whole cast and crew reading, where I'm hearing even one line someone needs to say, and I have no interaction with that character in the film, but I know exactly how he or she is sounding, or the camera guys are sitting and everyone's giving their opinion, this is how it should be. And I was like, this is exactly why I became an actor. This is why I wanted to be an actor. And no wonder, I see so many films and I used to be like, when am I going to be a part of a film like this? So in true sense, this is actually my first film.
Wow. Just a small aside, what do you think of Lee Strasberg? Because again, Ranbir Kapoor's been there, and I think it was during Tamasha that
he was my senior.
Yeah, so during Tamasha, Ranbir told me that he didn't care much for it. He said, man, it didn't work for me. Cyrus Brocha, incidentally, has been to Lee Strasberg.
Oh, wow.
And Broch thinks highly of it. He says, man, I got a lot of timing, this, that. So where do you stand on that?
So honestly, for me, I went to Strasbourg when I had recently lost weight and losing weight. I was a very shy guy. I was very reserved, low on confidence. So for me, Strasbourg was more about coming into your own and trying to express or not be that underconfident. For me, Strasbourg did that to me. So honestly, after my last film, which was Welcome to Karachi, I took a 2 years sabbatical and I wanted to go back to learning acting. I went and did theatre and some acting workshops. So I actually focused on craft then, and whatever I learned in the film. Strasbourg for me was more about just being more confident. So it depends. See, no one can teach you acting. No one, if any school is telling you I'm going to teach you acting, they are lying, because it's a craft and it's about understanding. It's like core. It's
strengthening your core.
It says, when you go to the gym, I have never played sport in school. So when I lost weight, my trainer used to say, "Arey, core ko pakad ke abs maro. Core ko pakad ke, hold your core and do squats." But I was like, what is core? It's about understanding that. If you understand it, you know it. If you don't understand it, it can take you 10 years and you'll never understand it. So that's what I feel.
What's your process? Craft. I mean, in that aspect, is you're beautifully untrained. Because do you react instinctively?
Yeah,
or do you get into the skin of the character?
Pretty much. I've never been able to answer this question because I don't have a method really. I don't know what it's called because I'm not trained. I don't know how to slot it. I don't know what happens, but it's basically more instinctive and spontaneous for me. And I think one of the reasons I fell in love with this was because it just came easy to me. Like, it just comes to me in some way. So I can't. My first director told me this, and I got reminded of it even, today for some reason. And he said that the beauty is that you're raw. The day you lose that and you learn the craft, you will not be a good actor. So I don't know why he said that to me, but I think that's why my need of unlearning is really, really, like, after every show, I go away for some time. I'll probably read. I've also done some workshops. I just do other things so that I can, get a fresh perspective, come back, recharged, and then approach a new character.
So basically, you don't overthink it. You just, you
Yeah, I don't. And I have realized for me, like, a lot of prep doesn't work. If I have to do something, usually my first few takes are better than the ones that come after. So for me, I don't know what it is.
So he's the bum. He starts these videos with his friends, and you are an entrepreneur, or are you an MBA?
I'm trying to be. So I have a business idea, and so she's like this small town ambitious girl. I really relate with the character because it's a lot like me. I feel like she's this strong, independent girl who educated, who wants to, have this business of her own, who wants to live life on her terms, get married to somebody who she likes, and all that. At the same time, it's beautifully set, because we live with our families. Our characters live with like a joint family in the film. It's so beautiful that you see these two worlds that coexist. This other generation, which is, a little, I'd say, conservative, or like who have worked differently, and then the young guys in the house who have their own dreams, and how, that creates clashes, but at the same time, they're still living happily. I think that's what every middle class Indian family is about. I've seen that in my house, and when when we were shooting those scenes, when I read the script also, I said that, yeah man, this is everybody's story. We're all having these arguments with, say, our father or not, or just, trying to do something, trying to break out of the mold.
We all go through that. I go through
Of course, yeah. So the Mitron connection is just obvious. We don't even need to talk about it. We shall not talk about it. But I just think it's great that Nitin or Sharib would just think of this title, and that must have immediately hit you guys. When you were told the title of this film is Mitron. What was your first reaction, Jackky and Kritika?
I loved it from the word go.
Yeah.
I loved it from the word go. I thought it's a very, very cool idea. Also, what happens is that, let's be honest, the most difficult thing today is, of course, making a good film. But more than that is putting your film on the map. Yeah. Because there's so much content coming on daily basis. And when people say, oh, Salman Khan ki film aa rahi hai. Why do people say that? Because that's a brand, right? And that helps. So I feel that, a title of the film is as important to do that. And it goes with the vibe of the film. It's about friends, relationship between, two best friends, which eventually you'll see what happens in, to that. The other friends in the film, the friendship between the father and son, or the father and daughter, which is never happened and is trying to happen, or whatever you want to call it. And it resonates with whoever we feel.
Just like Ahmedabad, Gujarat, small business, make in India. I mean, take your guess.
So, Kritika, your first reaction at hearing your film was titled Mitron, or did you know that at all initially?
No. So, for the longest time, we didn't have a final title. On our scripts, it said JSK, which basically is Jai Shri Krishna. But, so I'm sure a lot of us get these forwards on WhatsApp that start with JMD, which is basically Jai Mata Di. So, this is the Gujarat ka meet and greet, like whatever. The first thing, like the hi, hello is Jai Shri Krishna. So, JSK.
Jai Shri Krishna kaki, kaise ho aap?
Yeah, my kirana store downstairs near home, he does that. He greets me like that.
So now it's become JSK. Like even in text and generally in life also for them, because that's the short form.
JSK.
JSK.
Yeah. But then we thought.
No, but then we all thought that ये suddenly ना कोई भगवान की फिल्म कि कोई भगवान की फिल्म
धार्मिक फिल्म ना
फिल्म लग रही है.
Yeah, but that's a good
film आ रही है. Dharma is not even producing.
Right. And that promo that you and your on-screen dad have filmed also starts with that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we added that Jai Shri Krishna Mitron because we decided दोनों title डाल दो क्योंकि अंदर से in our hearts it's JSK because we've
read it so many times.
Many times.
I only have the promos, the trailer, as well as the songs to go by to talk about your styling. And you've been styled beautifully in terms of the fact that one can understand that she's a chote sheher ki ladki, but yet she's has urban ambitions and she wants to be an entrepreneur and things like that. So who styled you?
It was Mandira Shukla and her team basically did the costumes, but a huge, of course she did a fabulous job, but credit also goes to Manoj Khatoi, who is our DOP. I think, forget us, I think things look so beautiful. He makes non-living things look also like beautiful and pretty, and so it was very well thought out, this whole thing. Nitin sir and Manoj sir decided the color scheme for everything. Scene. So even the colors that we're all wearing, there's a thought behind it. So I'm wearing only these light colors and only like cottons, you can say sustainable kind of stuff. And if you go out to all these cafes and stuff in Ahmedabad, because there's IIM, there's the NID, NIFT Ahmedabad, so the college crowd of Ahmedabad actually dresses up like that.
And Vinay, who's filming this, is a testosterone raging 23-year-old who tells me that EDM music has a great following in Ahmedabad. Like he says, if you'd have a DJ playing EDM music, it's sold out, which even Bombay doesn't sell out lots of times,
Really?
Guys, it's a dry
But that's because
I wonder how.
Brian Adams is coming to India and he's performing in Ahmedabad.
But see, the problem is when they say dry, they mean alcohol.
Oh man, Jackky.
So filming in Ahmedabad, this was Ahmedabad throughout, or there was
only Ahmedabad? Only and only Ahmedabad from start to end. Of
and
course.
Everything, we've shot in real houses.
Yeah, in Shanti Niketan Port and Lakshmi Narayan Port.
Yeah, we didn't have any vanity vans, nothing. We used to just be in their houses, get ready there and shoot there.
And I believe the national icon of Gujarat, which is Darshan Rawal, also has a track in this.
Oh yes.
So what's that about, Kritika? The Darshan Rawal track.
Okay, can I be honest? Yeah. I knew about Darshan Rawal, but I didn't know how big a star he is. Okay, and then when this song was announced, my mentions on Twitter and like people went berserk. It
He's
was
like the
crazy.
Bieber of Gujarat.
Yeah, he is. He is.
But he looks like
he's
the Bieber
a
of Gujarat.
heartthrob. Yeah, he's a heartthrob. He's a full-on performer. Like he's a singer, dancer. Yeah, and the great part is that song of ours. It has a part in the beginning where it sounds like some old person or somebody, some uncle is saying something or whatever, and that is Darshan's voice. He's done like different
He's
voices.
damn talented, dude. Like the Sony guys got him here because there was an independent track of his, which
This is Darshan.
this is the one, huh? This is so Gujarati, man. So cool.
This is that folk, Bambariya. Petal Purna Pavo. That was his voice.
Yeah, and now his actual voice begins.
So, he was releasing an independent track, and the Sony guys said, listen, you tape it here and then you send it to all your Hindi stations, because we've got stations in Ahmedabad, in Calcutta, and this and that. And then suddenly we got talking, and he had brought his guitar along. So I said, what else can you play? And he played a song by John Mayer called Who Says I Can Get Stoned.
Whoa.
I have that on video. It is so good. He's done such a great job. So he does this Gujarati track for me, then he does a Hindi track for me, and he does this Who Says I Can Get Stoned. So really talented. I'm so glad he's in a film.
He's
because whatever said and done in this country, no matter how much independent music you make, the platform that a film gives you is really amazing.
Sure.
No, and he's genuinely, there are two songs he's done for us. One is, of course, Bambariya, and there's another folk, and there's a take to that called Senido. So he's done two songs for us, and he's just 23.
Yeah?
He's just 23.
Damn, that's unfair.
No, I have no shame in accepting that. I have a problem as a human being on all the people who can sing.
Why, bro?
You're
I
jealous
can't.
of them.
I have a problem. He कैसे गा ले रहे हैं यार? Because
You're so beautifully honest.
no, because I went to one Guruji. You know that story.
Yeah,
I went to a Guruji for 2 months, and after 2 months he sat me down and said,
Like Hindustani classical
हाँ,
Guruji.
ऐसे बेटा कल से मत आना, तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. So I'm like मोटा था तो पतला हो गया जिम जाके. I had whatever I learned how to dance. मैं ये कर ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ. ये कैसे करते हैं ये लोग? I actually have a problem कि ये कैसे गा रहे हैं?
But he's quite an enthusiast. He really likes to sing, Jackky.
Yeah, and I'm very bad, but I still don't.
Yeah.
Josh mein koi kasar
Yeah.
nahi.
Confidence is right there.
So what's on your phone? I know you listen to great music. So apart from the tracks of Mitron, what are you listening to?
Oh man, these days what am I listening? I'm listening to a lot of Cardi B.
She's awesome. She's become a
yeah,
mom.
Yeah.
She's so good.
And I listen, Hrishikesh, I love your music, especially like your music, the music that you play. And I think, just this is my going to shoot music, your show. So every time that you play some like old school rock and stuff, my day is made. So that is actually my, forever playlist. So all your, I don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody and I mean,
Why
The
don't I meet you
Doors.
every day?
Whenever I've had girls who are not Indians and who've come down to visit me, and you're partying in the evenings, or you're partying going or wherever in the mornings, and they're like, hey, is there something which we could hear? And then we go to your station. So your station.
Next time just drive them over, brother.
And say भैया इधर हैं, आप इनको हाय बोल दीजिए.
Badmash. So somewhere in this, there's a food truck.
Yes.
Because I see it in the trailer. So is that your entrepreneurship idea?
Yes, it is.
Wow. And what does the food truck serve? Or is that giving too much of the story
The
away?
food truck is pure vegetarian, obviously, because it is in Ahmedabad.
No, I have the answer
I'm
for
just kidding.
Yeah. Can you please ask the question again?
What food is in the food truck?
Good food.
What? No, but honestly though, it is about these guys who started this business.
Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah, it's about this couple from
Hyderabad.
From Hyderabad, yeah. They have this thing called Spitfire.
Spitfire barbecue.
Wow.
They have so this is actually their story. That's how they met, and this is what they do. They still do that. We
Yes.
met them.
We
They
met
had
them,
come over.
and the guy's done a cameo in our film.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. So they fell in love over a food truck.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. And theirs is non-veg, I presume.
And there's the entire plot of the film.
No.
They
We
fell
shall
in
not
love
go in
in
further.
the food truck.
You're going to start pulling your beard out now, so let's not talk.
Whenever I start
further.
thinking, but now in our film, the food truck's called Mitron food truck.
Yeah.
Our cow.
Our cow.
Yeah, but it's a nice machine. Did you actually get to drive it?
I
Yeah,
was driving it all over.
all the time. What is it? What is it? Is it like a
Matador.
van?
It's a Matador.
Matador. Good old fashioned
And
Matador.
it's been
Stick shift or automatic?
Stick shift. And
Whoa!
it's been converted and made to look like this by Urvi Kakkad, who's another genius.
Big shout out to
Nitin
Urvi
sir's
Kakkad.
wife.
So ये सारे geniuses ने एक साथ मतलब
Yeah.
it's amazing.
They made it. I mean, we saw it. We saw the Matador before the work was done, and then, of course, that's a huge part of the film also. When it got, this makeover and became this cool little thing that you see.
But that's
it was,
exactly what they've done with me also.
So did you drive it? Do you drive stick shifts or you're an automatic girl?
I'm not much of a driver. I think Bombay does that to me.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
but I risked my life. I was with Jackky in that
What are you all talking?
in that vehicle. What?
Oh my God, you dirty mind.
Yeah, I know. Also,
it-
since when is it driving? It's always
Jackky with a
riding,
double
buddy.
C.
Double K. Kritika
Double
Kamra.
K.
No, this someone just told me, it's not mine.
Okay.
ये double K बीच में कृतिका कामरा है क्या? I was just told by now.
I think you just came up with it. I don't even believe
No,
you.
I was just told.
We have got into the festive season. So your memories of playing dandiya. Have you won best college dancer or garba or whatever?
No, but I've always been the one who's been down and said, "ये मैं कब जीतूंगा?" I
No,
was
but
too
you-
fat, so it was very.
No, but you must have played. You must have gone as chief guest. Now you must be going to.
Yeah,
dandiya.
I have. Actually, because I'm from the north, right? There is not enough so much garba
forget,
and
yeah.
dandiya there. Here it's a lot more. So when I came to Bombay, I saw like this. There is this new thing. There's like this party on the road.
Here, I've gone for rain dandiya also. Have you been for rain dandiya ever?
Yeah, I know about it. I haven't gone, but I've been to Gujarat a lot of times to these things, and this year it should be fun.
It
We'll
should
have
be
our
fun.
own songs
Yeah.
to dance to.
One thing the north has, which we don't have here, is Ram Leelas and Dasera. Have you seen?
I
Have you
miss
seen
it.
Raman? Have you seen Raman?
I
Brahman?
have, yes, as a child. And my dad used to take me and we used to go to this Mela kind of a thing and then see the whole, yeah, that doesn't happen here.
Durga Puja. Do you go to Abhijit's? Do you go to?
I am born in Calcutta.
What are you saying? Well done. So you know all about it, the festivities and this and that. So you've gone pandal hopping and things like that.
Yes, but I was just born there. I was 2-3 years old when my dad came. And my dad's born and brought up there, but of course I know the whole Bengali culture really well. And the Durga Puja, the Puchka,
Oh, yum.
all of that, Jhalmuri. So मेरे मुंह में भी पानी है.
What's your go-to place when you meet old friends? Where would you like to go, even if you haven't gone? Suppose you meet school friends. Do you like to go to Delhi? Do you like?
Yeah, I go to Delhi. A lot of my close friends are in Delhi because I did my school and college from there. So yeah, Delhi it is. And then we go to like one of those, Burkos or like some old school, like some legendary place where we've been,
Is Nirula still around? Is it there?
I think so. I think so.
remember, I used
but-
to like the hot chocolate fudge.
Oh, yeah,
back in
everybody.
the day.
Vanilla
Yeah,
ice
it's
cream
Yeah.
with chocolate
not-
fudge.
Yeah.
it's great. What are Diwalis like at the Bhagnani household? Is there cards? Is there party? Is there food?
There's cards always. It's either my house or some friend's house. Cards is like more of a ritual nowadays. We all do it. I think all of the country. Cards is.
No, not me.
I
not
can't
a
even hold.
gambler
I
at
can't
all.
even hold my cards properly.
Yeah.
What's
No,
your-
was that a metaphor?
Nice, brother. You're informed.
Is this your coffee?
This is an English channel and the human needs to be more involved.
What is your favorite festival food? What is it that you like to eat during the? Do you allow yourself sweets at least then?
No.
You don't. Just too military
Yeah,
about this,
man.
man.
I'm
What's your favorite
scarred on
festival
that
food?
front. I'm Terminator.
I don't have a sweet tooth really. So, but I'm all for like all the cheese and deep fried and whatever.
Last question. You shall tell me about your first home which you bought, even if you haven't bought it. Your first home that you remember of your dad's, and what is that?
I remember every journey of
Lovely.
my dad. When we came to Mumbai, I was 2-3 years old. 3 years old. And so when we came to Mumbai, we had no money. My dad had no money. It was my dad, my mom, my sister and me. And what we could barely get is one bedroom hall rented apartment just outside MIDC.
Andheri East.
Andheri East.
Wow.
That's where we started from. So we've shifted 16 houses till now, and I've seen him make an empire, lose it, and make it back twice in my life. I have seen it. Once he's done it before me. So I remember everything about him, and we've been a part of his journey. So I remember every house.
Yeah, I didn't ask you how Diwalis are celebrated yours at the Kamras.
At the Kamras, it's a simple affair. It's just like a small puja thing. We don't gamble. Nobody in the family drinks. So it's just a lot of food and a lot of chatter. That's all.
You remember the first house?
it's the same house actually. So my parents have been in the same place forever now. So it's the same township, same whatever, same building, everything. So when I go back home, that's home. That's home.
Listen, guys, thank you for rolling by. Cannot wait to see Mitron. Thank you.
Please go and watch it.
Yes.
Please go and watch it, and I hope you like it. If you like it, please speak well about it. And if you don't like it, then just don't do a show that day.
And lose my job.
14th September. 14th September it is.
Yeah,
Thank
14th
you.
September, guys.
Thank you, Kritika.
Thank you.